All right, Northeast region. My name is not Doug Moss. This is his Zoom account because mine is having issues. I am Jeff Mathewson, and we've got Lacey Larson, our region associate sales manager, and Kevin Shaw will be joining us here in a minute. But I'm excited to see all your shining faces. Lunchtime on the East Coast. Trying a different time and format. Normally we do these calls at night, and we're getting a pretty good turnout, but there was a lot of requests to do it in the day. So we're doing it now at this time. And we'll see if it accommodates people, if it works out well, and we will go from there. But I'm excited you guys are taking some time out today to talk a little bit about Premier, talk a little bit about Elite, and a roadmap of how we get there. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about why Elite is important. We're going to look at some numbers, break things down, do this a little bit as we break down how to earn points. So hopefully part of the goal is to eliminate a lot of the misconceptions, a lot of the roadblocks that hold people back from going for Elite. Okay, that's part of what we're going to do today. Now, we got a couple things we want to share real quick at the top of the call, and we will do that now. And I want to kick it over to everyone's favorite bubbly, spunky associate sales manager. For those that work with her, if you're ever feeling down or not very energetic, just call Lacey and just talk to her, and you'll feel like you're on cloud nine. So Lacey's got a little something to share with us that I know a lot of you are aware of. We've been sharing that. So Lacey, you want to take the mic and share away.
All right, you guys, I'm going to talk about Team Cup. Okay, if you are not enrolled in Team Cup yet, do it like yesterday. Guys, today is the last day to sign up. So put yourself on Team Cup. It is the best way ever to propel your business forward. One of my coaches I worked with last year, she became Diamond, and she went from Diamond to 2-star the month of Team Cup. And I had her go live on the Beach Valley Championship last week. But you guys, it's the best way ever to propel your business forward. Let me just read you a few stats. Okay, so coaches who participated in Team Cup compared to coaches who didn't. So the ones who did earned 3 times more PV, earned 2.4 more Success Club points, were 14 times more likely to rank advance, earned 15 times more dollars, were 22 times more likely to qualify for SC, and were 13 times more likely to enroll a coach. There's seriously an entire page of stats I will post. They're awesome, you guys. Get yourself on a Team Cup yesterday. All right, Jeff, taking it back and over to you.
See, that's what I like about Lacey, guys. She's quick and to the point. She's not long-winded like me. So great job, Lacey. And I know you guys are rallying your troops, getting your last-minute Team Cup teams in. Today's the last day, so get them finalized, guys. It's a proven business driver, okay? And it's a lot of fun, too, but it will drive a lot of success, momentum, in this first quarter, but more so in the second, third, fourth quarters we go through the year. So Team Cup, be there or be square. Okay, now I want to share a couple things real quick. For those in the Northeast region, I know we have several that aren't in our region, which is totally fine. We love you, and we'll have you on these calls whenever you'd like. Those in the Northeast region, you can expect a couple things here starting up in the next couple weeks. We will be doing a monthly Elite call and training. Now, last year we had several groups. We were doing a bunch of different calls. We'll just be doing one monthly Elite call with anyone that's wanting to push for Elite, that's checking in on accountability and goals that we'll set. These calls are going to be a little bit different, where we will have a leader from the region that has hit Elite or that has some great best practices for what they're doing in that given month to push for Elite. So it should be a little more tailored, a little more personalized to what we're all doing in February, in March, in April, and get a good idea of what someone that's been there before is currently doing to push for Elite. So those calls, just so you know, will happen. I got to look over here on my calendar. Those will happen on the third Wednesday, okay, of every month. That's the Wednesday after the Elite report. So be on the lookout for those, and we'll advertise it, obviously. Also, the first Wednesday of every month, okay? So the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday. First Wednesday, we're going to have a monthly leadership training. Again, done by one of our top leaders, because you guys know how to do this whole coaching thing the best. And we'll have them come and share some of their strategies, some of their best practices that they're utilizing to drive growth, retention, and movement in 2017. We've got a couple great coaches that have already volunteered. Meg Lazinski is one of them, and I'm just looking at this list with some great leaders ready to come on and share their knowledge. So the other thing, and then I'm done with announcements, we'll get to Elite. I promise. Okay? Team Cup, those calls are coming. We'll also be doing, tied into Elite, a What It Takes video series. And you guys are like, video series? Dude, you sound like a nerd. Yes, a video series. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is asking several top coaches for 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to grill them with questions, guys, about what they do to push for Elite and Premier, what they do to push for Success Club, and basically execute on the 4 vitals. It's a fun kind of Q&A session. We'll post that, and we'll do that. I got to look at my calendar again. Sorry. We're going to do that on a weekly basis on Tuesdays. That's probably going to start here in 2 weeks. So, again, you'll see the announcement and the information on all this. But hopefully some good training, some good information to share with you guys and give you more resources and assets as you push for those goals this year. Okay. With that said, you're going to hear me for a little bit. I'm going to warn you, and Chris Delestrito knows this. She's been on calls with me before. I'm known to do this a lot. Okay. We're going to break down Elite and Premier, and we're going to break down how to get there and why it's important. I'm telling you, it's going to take probably about 50 minutes, okay? So if you don't have 50 minutes, no, it's probably going to take that long. As we go through these numbers and the Elite Goal Guide and talk about it, if there are questions, feel free to throw them in the chat box. I'm going to be sharing my screen, so I may not be able to see all of them, but Lacey and Kevin are going to be monitoring those. And at the end, we'll get to those questions. If I see some as I'm training too, I'll try to hit them as well, okay? And we'll get to that. So where there's so many people on the call, it'd just be hard if we unmute and throw them out. So that'll be our kind of question format there. Guys, I want to talk about something real quick, okay? It's not anything tied to Elite. But I want you guys to know, you great leaders, you great entrepreneurs, that you are in the right place, okay? Where you're at with Beachbody and where you're a coach with us, you are in the right place and you're doing the right things. I know I'm a young buck. I know I've got the slick hippie hair or whatever, but I've been in the industry about 10 or 11 years now in health and wellness and direct sales. And I've done PR and marketing. I've studied companies and what they do and what they don't do and what they should do and what they probably shouldn't do. And I've seen a lot of companies come and go. I've seen a lot of companies offer front-loaded incentive. I've seen a lot of companies that are very, very successful and do a lot of great things. And I'm not saying this just because I work for Beachbody, okay? I'm not getting like a bonus for saying this on this call, but I will tell you this. Of all the companies I've seen in this industry, there is no place like Beachbody. I know that was a Wizard of Oz reference. You're welcome. But there really isn't, okay? What we do is we change lives. It's proven. We get results. Now, I'll tell you, I have had some conversations with some coaches recently where they said, man, it's hard. Beachbody is just hard. It's hard to, it's hard to get somebody to commit to a 30-day program or to, drink Shakeology consistently or show up for a team call. It's hard to get that commitment. And guys, it is. Being a coach is hard. But guess what? Being an entrepreneur and starting a business is hard. But that's why it works. And that's why Beachbody works. And I can tell you this, you're in the right place. In 5 years from now, we're still going to be here. In 10 years from now, we're still going to be here. We're going to keep moving and pushing forward and growing like never before. You're in the right place. Keep executing on the things that you know how to do best, and that's helping people. The 4 vitals, and good things are going to happen. Okay? Now, sorry, I got a cold. You're going to be like, well, that was powerful, right? You're going to be like, wow, that was so motivating. Whatever. That's not the case. But I want to tell you why things work here. Okay? So I'm going to share my screen real quick with you guys. And there is a little presentation. We'll post this so you guys can see this if you take notes or whatever. Can I get a thumbs up? Can you guys see that all right? My opinion, this is why Beachbody works and being a coach works. Guys, it's a 4-tiered business model. Okay, and some of you have seen me talk about this. Some of you may have seen it at Super Saturday. We have world-class fitness. We have the programs. We have super trainers. We have proven plans that help people get results with their health and wellness, right? Nutrition is the second one. Guys, we have Shakeology. It's backed by who knows how many studies. I can't even name a tenth of the ingredients in it. I mean, we have the nutrition. We have Fix It. We have the plans. We have the portion control containers. We all know, and you guys always promote, I see it on your pages, you can't just work out and eat like junk. You eat junk. You've got to have the nutrition on par as well. Fortunately, we have an avenue to provide that to people, and you guys do a great job at that. The third reason why you're in the right place and why Beachbody works, the support. And I think that's our linchpin. That's what makes Beachbody coaching work. And if you're ever doubting, if you're ever wondering if you're in the right place or you're doing the right thing, I'm telling you, no other company, no other culture, I want to say, offers the type of support, the feeling of community, the feeling of inclusion, and accountability that Beachbody does and that you guys offer, okay? That's why we work. It's not our products and programs. Trust me, they are a big reason why we work. But the main reason, in my opinion, this is total Jeff speak here, is the support system and you guys, okay? That's why you're in the right place, because you're in this community. There's also rewards, okay? And Elite and Premier ties into that a little bit, and that's what we're going to talk about today. There's obviously recognition. There's commissions payout, okay? There's a compensation plan. And you see here, I'm not going to hit all these points, so I don't want to bore you, but we have one of the most revolutionary compensation plans. And I know you're coming on to talk about Elite and Premier, guys, but I wanted to set the stage with this, because Elite and Premier drives the compensation to your business. It also drives the recognition, which, guys, we all love to be recognized. Who doesn't, right? I mean, Denise Martino's on this call, one of my favorite coaches. She gets things done and leads such a great team. Now, I didn't just recognize her on the call to prove a point. She really is that good. But, guys, even a small congratulations like that goes a long ways. And Beachbody does such a great job as a company, yes, but as you guys as coaches and teams of recognizing each other. Compensation plan. Now, Elite and Premier drives this, and there's a ton of different ways that you're compensated as a coach, as a business owner. I'm not going to hit all these, but if you're wanting to know more about these and learn more about the compensation plan, if you Google Beachbody Comp Plan Highlights, it's got a good short synopsis of all of this. Obviously, you're getting challenge pack bonuses and commissions. One of my favorite parts of the compensation plan is the team cycle bonus. Guys, there are a few companies in this industry that have a cycle bonus, okay, as part of their binary compensation plan. And again, for newer coaches on this call, you may be like, what is he talking about? I don't really get that. In due time, okay, step by step. Residual income, meaning there's income and growth over a sustained amount of time, okay, that retention and that loyalty of a customer or a coach. There's that part. There's the matching bonus. There's the star diamond bonus, okay, that you can earn on a quarterly basis. For those that earned that this past quarter, I'm sure you're nodding your head of, yep, that's a nice bonus to be able to receive and earn. And guys, I want to tell you, anything on this list is all attainable because of you. You're great coaches and leaders, and you can attain this. Okay. The recognition plan, another reason why you're in the right place. Okay, recognition, okay, it provides recognition for doing the activities required by the compensation plan. Obviously, we have our Success Stars. When you hit Success Club consistently, you get that summit ticket. Success Club, monthly promotions. We have SC10 All-Star and All-Star Legend, Premier and Elite and Top 10, which we'll talk about today. Guys, there's so much to offer and unlock with potential with this company, with your coaching businesses. You're in the right place. Don't forget that. Now, Premier and Elite. That's why we're here. That's what we're going to talk about. Why do we have Premier and Elite? I've talked about how it ties into recognition and compensation, but I feel it's a three-headed monster in a good way. Elite drives acquisition. Okay, so finding new challengers, finding new customers and new coaches. And Elite helps you push yourself and set goals to get there. 2, it enhances your ability to retain, meaning helping your challengers come back month after month, helping your coaches stay engaged past that 1 month mark after doing a workout for 30 months and, oh my gosh, this is hard, or man, it's hard to invite, man, it's hard to be an entrepreneur. Yes, it is, but it's so worth it. Okay, success isn't given, it's earned. And you've got to do that. And Elite can drive you to that. But it also does this. It increases your ability to duplicate and expand your business, okay, and grow it. So anyone on this call and anyone that watches the recording, I want you to know if you're thinking about going for Elite or going for Premier, which we'll talk about both today, do it. Start now. If you get anything out of this call, know that you can do it. I don't care if you're a brand new coach, if you're an Emerald, if you're a 5-star diamond right now. I don't care where you're at. Start now. You can be an elite coach and, more importantly, an elite team. Okay? Now, as we look at this, I'm not going to hit these. Here's some other reasons why you can be elite. Again, I'll share this presentation with you so you can see all these cool things. There's a lot of perks, a lot of recognition. We talked about that a little bit. I think we understand why we need to push for Elite and Premier. And if you don't, talk to me after. We'll go through some more things, okay? But how do we get there, right? That's probably what a lot of people are wanting to know. And there's some changes and some additions that we made this year to the Elite and Premier program, and we're going to break those down. I'm going to warn you, we're going to get into some numbers. So if you don't like numbers, I apologize. But remember, the goal is to help eliminate some roadblocks and misconceptions about Elite and how we get there, okay? In the chat box, excuse me, my kids have colds in their little Petri dishes of germs, and so they gave me their cold. So, yeah, everyone's nodding their head. They're like, yeah, we get it. So that's why I sound like Barry White on the call. I apologize. But Lacey is in the chat box going to post 3 things. One is going to be the Elite Goal Guide. Yes, Samantha, they are carrier monkeys. She's going to post the Elite Goal Guide, and I'm going to share the Elite Goal Guide on my screen. And that's what we're going to walk through in this training today. She's also going to post the Premier Goal Guide, which is the exact same as the Elite Goal Guide, but for Premier. And these goal guides, you guys, are they're tools to help you set goals and track your progress towards Elite, okay, or Premier. She's also going to post a video from Kim Carver, who's our Senior Director over Training and Development. And in this video, I would encourage you guys during your personal development in the next week or so to watch this video. He talks about the goal guide and how to really fill it out and set those goals and track more information, which we won't cover a lot of that today, but we'll cover some, okay? And Lacey will post those now in the chat. So we're going to jump into this thing. Now, last year, guys, we had 210 teams or coaches in the network that hit Elite and 48 Premier coaches. So it is an exclusive group. But again, I'm telling you, you can be Elite. And I want you to approach it like this. You don't have to be Elite today. You don't have to be Elite in a week. You don't have to even be it in 6 or 8 months. But at the end of the year, that's when you want to be Elite. So you've got 11 and a half months. Well, sorry, 11 months now, but January has already been contributing to this, okay? Point is, start now. Set those goals and paint the vision of, I want to be an Elite coach. I want my team to be Elite, and it can happen, okay? So let me share this fun, exciting, wonderful Elite Goal Guide with you all. And as you have questions, again, throw it in the chat box, and I'll try to answer because I'm sharing my screen right now, but if we don't, we'll get to them at the end. Can you guys see this okay on the screen right now? Samantha Forrest, thank you for the thumbs up because you're the one that I can see on my screen. Okay, so let me blow this up so you don't have to see my messy desktop. This is the Elite Goal Guide that Lacey posted. If you want to pull it up and follow along, you're welcome to. I'm going to share my screen throughout this. But it's 2 pages. The first is just an example, okay? An example of someone that filled out a goal guide. The second is a blank page. That's the one that you can use to set those goals and track your progress, okay? And the Premier Goal Guide is the exact same. It just is for Premier. Now, we're going to talk about how we get to Elite and Premier. Ready? Here comes the numbers. Guys, in 2017, to be an Elite coach, there are 3 requirements, okay, that you need to meet to be an Elite coach. And I'll talk about what it takes to be a Premier coach here in a minute. The first, you'll see right here at the very top, there's my cursor, is at the end of the year, okay, for 1 week in December. Not today, not tomorrow, not in March. 1 week in December, you need to be a 5-star diamond coach or higher for 1 bonus week, okay? For Premier, you need to be a 2-star diamond or higher. That's the first difference with Elite and Premier. To be an Elite coach, first requirement is you need to be a 5-star diamond or higher. To be Premier, you need to be a 2-star diamond or higher. Okay? Makes sense? Guess what? You guys are more in the know than the majority of coaches on Elite. Congratulations. I was talking to a superstar diamond coach at the end of the year who was a 5-time Elite coach, and she was still asking me questions on how to get to Elite. So guys, don't think you have to know all of this today. But we're building that foundation and eliminating some roadblocks so you can get a plan in place to go for it. The second requirement to be an Elite coach, and this holds true for Premier as well, you need to help 2 of your coaches reach Diamond for the first time in 2017. Okay? So Samantha, I'm going to pick on Samantha again. If I'm Samantha's coach and she signed me up in 2015, okay, and Denise is another one of Samantha's coaches, and Denise signed up in 2017, okay? if myself and Denise go diamond for the first time in 2017, that would count for Samantha's 2 new diamonds this year. It doesn't matter when they sign up. Remember, I signed up in 2015. As long as for the first time I reach the diamond rank, that will count for her 2 diamonds. Okay? One thing to remember, they need to hold that rank for 1 week in December. Okay? So if I advance in like January, in December, I would need to make sure for 1 week I'm at least a diamond. But hopefully by then I'm pushing into star diamond because Samantha's such a great leader and has motivated me to do that, right? Samantha's nodding. Way to go, Samantha. That's the second requirement, to be elite and premier. Okay? Here's the third requirement. To be an elite or premier coach, you need to earn a total of 135 elite points. Now, some of you may be asking, well, crap, what does that mean? How do I earn those points? Where did those come from? I think there's something thrown in the chat just now. Okay? Samantha asked, they need to be a diamond. So here's a question just came through on what we just talked about. Samantha asked, do they need to be a diamond for 1 week in December, or do I need to hold the star diamond in December for 1 week? Both. Okay? So your 2 new diamonds need to hold diamond for 1 week in December, and you, as the personal sponsor coach, need to be either a 5-star diamond or higher, or for premier, a 2-star diamond or higher. Just hold it for 1 week in December. Great question. And the bonus weeks, Jacqueline, great question. Those are basically the 4 Thursdays in a month, right? So I want to say, I don't have the dates pulled out. Lacey, maybe if you can find those and drop those in, what the December dates are. I want to say it's like the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. But good questions. Okay. 7th, 4th, 21st, 28th. Thanks, Kevin. Man, so smart. And they are on the guide. Man, you guys are smart. Way to keep me on my toes here. So let's look at this, okay? We're going to talk about how we earn those 135 elite points, unless there's other questions on those 3 requirements, okay? Though, if you do those 3 requirements, guys, you and your team are an elite team or a premier team. Now, there's one other difference with elite and premier, and I'm going to hit it in just a moment. But I want to talk about the 4 categories through which you can earn your 135 elite points, okay, to meet that 3rd requirement for elite. The first one is this. This is where we get into some numbers, so bear with me. If there's questions, throw them out, and we'll do our best. Kevin's on the chat, and Lacey is there way better than me answering questions. They'll hit you with it. The first way that you can earn points towards your 135 elite points is this. It's with Success Club. This is any different than last year. But essentially, you earn 1 elite point every time one of your coaches that you signed up last year, okay, 2016, and or this year in 2017, earns Success Club. Now, it doesn't matter if they earn Success Club 5, or if they earn Success Club 10, or if that's Success Club 5,000. We don't care. As long as they hit Success Club in a given month, that would earn you 1 Success Club point. Okay, so if I'm going back, I know I'm picking on Samantha today, but she's so much fun to pick on. I'll pick on Amber, okay? I'll pick on Amber here. So let's say Amber signs up a coach, okay? She signs me up in January of this year. If I hit Success Club in January, that's going to earn Amber 1 elite point towards her 135 points. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, crap, Jeff, I have to earn 135 of these things? Like, it's going to take me forever. Anyone feeling that right now? Some are, okay? Well, let's look at it this way. You don't have to be elite today or this month. You've got a whole year to push for this. Okay? When you sign up another coach, let's say Amber brings on 2 coaches this month, myself and she brings on Jacqueline. And Jacqueline and I both hit Success Club our first month. We're well on our way to rocking this business. That would earn, okay, Amber 2 elite points, 1 for Jacqueline and 1 for me. Here's the kicker. Those who are raising their hands thinking it's going to take a long time to get to 135 points, whenever you, as a sponsoring coach, hit Success Club in the same month, we double those points. Meaning, you would get, when Jeff hits Success Club, Amber's getting 2 points from me. And when Jacqueline hits Success Club, Amber's getting 2 points from her. Okay? What if you just hit SC Rose? What if you just hit SC? You hit SC, 0 points. Samantha just put that up. So Jen, I'll repeat it one more time. Okay? So if we have a coach, okay, if Amber is our sponsoring coach, and she signed up me and Jacqueline, either last year and or this year, doesn't matter when. If Jacqueline and I hit Success Club in a given month, that will earn Amber, our sponsoring coach, 1 elite point, 1 for each of us. But when Amber in the same month hits Success Club, so she hits Success Club 5 or higher, and me and Jacqueline do as well, we double the points that she gets from me and Jacqueline. So she'd get 2 elite points from me and 2 from Jacqueline, so 4 total. Now 4 is much better than 1 or 2, right? That's why it's important to hit Success Club yourself and be looking to help. If people ask all the time, how many people should I be looking to help hit Success Club a month? If you want to max out in this category, you need to be helping 2 to 3 people hit Success Club a month. If some of you are thinking, wow, that's way too many, you've got an entire year. Start now. If you're crushing that, great. Keep helping people hit Success Club, and you may finish in the top 10, top 200. We'll talk about that here in a second. This is the first way you earn 135 points. Are there any questions? And I know some of you are like, Jeff, you're going way too slow on this. I know this. I'm telling you, everyone on this call, including myself, will learn something new about Elite. Repetition is the mother of all teaching tools. Here's the second category on how you can earn points towards Elite. Okay? Don't be intimidated by this. The second way you earn points towards your 135 Elite points is through your PSPV, or your personally sponsored volume. Okay? Bear with me on this. You earn 1 elite point every time your 2017 coaches generate 500 points of volume. Okay? Now, to help us with this, I brought along some of my friends, some of my past hobbies. My nerdness is coming out. Some of you see me do this on a call, but it's helpful. It's good visual. Baseball cards. When I was a little kid, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I just sat around organizing these and collecting these things. I'm going to use them to help explain this category. Now, I'm going to pick on Amanda Diaz. She's right in the middle of my screen. She's like Jan Brady right now, I think, when the Brady Bunch boxes. So Amanda is our sponsoring coach here, guys. Now, this category is only counting your 2017 coaches. Remember, the first one was your 2016 coaches and 2017. This category is only 2017. So, we're going to play a game. Let's say Amanda starts off January hot, has got some great new coaches coming in on All Access, okay, and those challenge packs. She actually signed up a couple of really impressive coaches. For anybody that's a Yankees fan, she signed up Roberto Kelly. Okay, great coach, Roberto is. And he generated 120 points of volume with his order, okay? She also signed up former shortstop for the New York Mets, Mookie Wilson. And Mookie generated 130 points of volume. Amanda's just got a ton of great fit athletes on her team, so a lot of lifers here. Now, this third coach that she signed up in January is named Dickie Tone from the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, career batting average of like 274, I think it says here. He generated 250 points of volume. Okay, so Amanda signed up 3 coaches in January, guys. And obviously, I know challenge packs aren't always 250 or 130 or 120, but I'm doing it for math purposes here, okay? Those 3 coaches, 250 points plus 130 is 380 points. And then Roberto Kelly had 120. That equals 500 points of PSPV, of personally sponsored personal volume, okay? So I saw a couple of people do this. Oh, so these work. So if anybody ever makes fun of me for using these, it helps, okay? Because her coaches generated 500 points of volume, that earned Amanda, our sponsoring coach, 1 elite point towards her 135, okay? So now, every time these 3 coaches throughout the entire year generate another 500, that's another elite point for Amanda. So the best way to take advantage and to really get some elite points from this category, guys, find coaches early on in the year, because the earlier you do, the longer that they'll count towards the volume towards your elite points this year, okay? Does this make sense? Okay, I got head nods. This is good. Okay, and so there's some chats. I think Kevin and Lacey are on this, but let me just make sure. What is the best way to track their volume using the back office? Weekly, yes. sponsorship drill down, and then there will be some additional tools coming out this year that will help you be able to track that easier for sure. Okay, I think all the questions are caught up. Keep them coming, guys. This is great. So let me stop there for a second. If there's questions, throw them out. But I want to point out something on the Elite Goal Guide. So let me jump back to it real quick. Okay, sorry that we're bouncing back and forth, but it's what you get with me. On the Goal Guide, which you can see now, right? Samantha, give me a thumbs up. Thanks, Samantha. You'll notice in each of these categories of how you earn points, there's something that says max and minimum. This is what the second difference between elite and premier coaches, okay? Remember, to be an elite coach, you had to be a 5-star diamond, and premier was 2-star. The other difference between elite and premier is this. With elite, you have to earn your 135 elite points through each of these 4 categories that we're covering. With premier, you can earn all your points from just one, meaning there's no caps in any of these categories for premier. So you'll see here, like we come back up to the Success Club category, says a max of 50 points. That means if you're going for elite, you can only earn 50 points towards your 135 from this category. If you're going for premier, you know you got to be 2-star, you know you got to help 2 diamonds advance, you can earn all 135 from Success Club. Okay? And remember, we double the points, so think about that. Okay, I've got 12 months, and if I help 68 people 68 different times throughout the year hit Success Club, and I hit it too, I have my points if you just wanted to stay in that category. Okay? Elite has a cap on the points you can earn from each category. Premier does not. That's the second difference. And I know there's some chat going on, so I'm figuring there's some questions. Okay, good. Any questions on the caps? Okay. All right. You guys are really good. I usually get a ton of questions on this. And if you're not asking because you're like, I don't want to look stupid, there's no stupid questions with Elite. I'm telling you. I get it. I've been asked it all. And you'll probably ask me questions at the end of this call that I'll have to say, hey, I got to go check on that answer because I want to make sure we have it right for you. It happens. If you guys are good, we're going to keep plowing forward, all right? Okay. So there's a question. So to hit Elite, you have to have the minimum for each category, but no more than the max. Yes. Oh, and Kevin just answered that. Thanks, Kev. Kev is awesome. Kev is going to answer these questions. I'm going to keep moving forward here. So let's go to the third category. And again, you're probably seeing a lot of numbers here. Like, again, those are just examples as you track your progress and set those goals, okay? The third category that you can earn points towards your 135 points, okay, is new to this year, okay? And it involves your customers. Guys, we realize the importance of finding coaches because that's how you grow your tribe and grow your team and duplicate. But it's also super important that you find challengers and you find customers, right? Because that's your pipeline. I mean, okay, let's play a game here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can all see each other again. How many on this call started out before you were a coach as a challenger or a customer? Look at all those hands, amigos and amigas. The majority of people on this call started as a challenger, okay, or a customer. We want to reward that. We want to drive that behavior. And so we added this new category to Elite this year. Okay, it's an additional way that you can earn Elite points. Now, I'm going to give you the high-level easy description, then we'll break it down. Look at this third category the same way as category 2 that we just covered with the, remember the coach volume, okay, that Amanda's coaches generated. But think of it as customers in this category, okay? So essentially, you can earn 1 Elite point every time your 2017 customers generate 500 points of volume, okay? Same thing, it's just coaches, and this category is customers, okay? So every time, okay, if I'm looking at, I don't know, let's say Samantha signs up again, a customer that generates 120 points, customer that generates 130, customer that generates 250. Let's say she brings on someone else that generates 125, 175. You keep adding to the total. You can see how that volume will start to pick up. But every 500 points, that your new customers generate gives you, as a sponsor, 1 elite point towards your 135. Okay? Any questions on that? I know there's some coming in, and Kevin is keeping track, but want to make sure we're good on that. Okay. And yes, Denise asks, is it cumulative points? Yes, it is. So let's say in January, you only brought in 2 customers, which is great, and they generated like 300 points. In February, that total keeps going. So when you get 200 more points of volume in February, bam, there's your 500, there's 1 elite point. Okay, you can earn as many of those per month as you generate. Okay, good questions coming in. Now you'll notice, guys, the cap on this category is 25 points. Okay, it's a little lower. And for those that went, Denise, it is awesome. I'm going to tell you why. Thank you for supporting that. For those that know about Elite and the Goal Guide, here's the difference from last year. We talked about these caps in each category, right? A max of 50, max of 50. Last year, these were maxes of 61. Because we added this new category, it lowered those maxes. But the max in the customer PV is 25. Okay? But here's why I love this new addition. Think about that. The majority of people that are a coach start as a customer or a challenger. So let's say you brought on these awesome customers at the beginning of the year, and come April, come May, they're seeing great results. They've been sharing it with friends. They love the challenge group idea. And you talk to them about being a coach, or they say, hey, I want to do this, full time. I want to be a coach. Guess what? Now they sign up as a coach in 2017. They now count towards category 2, towards your elite points. You're essentially double dipping towards your elite points, right? Those customers that were counting as customer PV are now counting as coach PV. That's cool. Yes, Jackie says, sweet. Jackie, I agree with you. Any questions on that third category? Again, category 2 and 3 track the exact same way. 1 is coaches, 1 is customers. You guys are awesome. We're going to category 4. This is where a lot of people get lost, but we're gonna go for it. It involves your ATV. This is another way that you earn your 135 elite points to be elite. And again, for Premier, there's no cap, so you can earn them in any category, right? Now, Samantha just asked, is PV only calculated on their first order? I'll let Kev get to those. We're going to keep that out there. Okay, so category 4 with ATV. I want you to look at it high level with me. The best way to affect this category, guys, is to focus on the first 3. Find customers, get coaches, help them hit Success Club, and repeat. Okay? Because as you're doing that, think about it. As you're generating volume with your customers, as you have coaches that are moving challenge packs or starting their own groups, it's generating volume. Okay? It's generating activity. There's challenge groups that are moving. That's team volume. Now, if you're wondering, well, is it my whole team? How far down in the organization is it? I'm not going to go too deep into it because some coaches on the call are still trying to figure out what ATV is, which is fine. Okay, I am too at times. But look at it this way. It's essentially your volume 3 levels down. So you, the coach that you sponsor, the coach that they sponsor, and the coaches that they sponsor. That's where your ATV is coming from. You and then 3 coaches down. Okay? Now, with ATV, here's how you earn the elite points. And I know there's a lot of questions, and we'll get to them. Kevin is working his tail off. Great job, Kevin. So you earn 1 elite point, guys, every time you increase your ATV this year 10,000 points above last year. Okay, some of you are thinking, wait, what? Huh? What? Say that again? Yeah, I got head nods. This is what we're going to do, okay? This is why I'm here. We're going to break it down. So you'll see the numbers here at the bottom. I want you to ignore the 200,000, the 160,000. Just look at that 40,000, okay? So I'm going to go back to Samantha here because she's the one I can see on my screen. Sorry, Samantha, I'm calling you out like crazy today. So, and you can find this ATV total in your back office, okay, on the Elite tab. It'll have all your Elite stats from 2016. If you can't find your ATV there, ask Kevin, Lacey, or myself, and we can get that for you, okay? But we're going to say that last year, Samantha finished with a total of 40,000 points of ATV, of team volume through 3 levels down, right? Now, this year, she'll earn 1 elite point for every 10,000 points she goes above 40,000. Now, again, you may be thinking like, holy crap, like there's no way. Like that's a lot of volume. I'm telling you guys, you don't have to have these points and be elite today, next week, next month, in 6 months. In fact, the majority of you, unless you're a newer coach, won't see any elite points from the ATV category until September. And it freaks a lot of coaches out. So they're like, I'm not going to be there. But then the points start to kick in. I'll show you why. So last year, Samantha finished at 40,000 points of ATV. Her minimum goal this year is to increase that by 100,000. Stay with me, okay? The reason for that is this. You get 1 elite point for every 10,000 above. Now remember, to be an elite coach, there's these caps in each category, right? This is where math comes into play. So if you don't like math, turn off your screen. But if you want to understand elite, keep watching. So we're going to say that Samantha here rocks it out and earns the max in all of the first 3 categories. Okay? So let me stop sharing this real quick. She earns 50 points for elite from the SC category, category 1. She also earns 50 points, which is the max, from the PSPV category, category 2. And she rocked it with those customers and earned 25 points from her customer PV. Okay? If you do the math, 50 plus 50 plus 25 is 125 points. How many do you need to be elite? 135. You guys are like, really, dude? We're getting ingrained up here. So she's 10 points short. But there's a 4th category, okay? And ATV can do that. So she only needs 10 more elite points. So that's why I'm saying the minimum goal for her is to be 100,000 points above last year's ATV total, okay? So we're going to look at it this way. Last year's total for Samantha was 40,000 points of ATV. She gets 1 elite point for every 10,000 above that, which, if you do the math, she needs 100,000 points to get 10 points, right? 10 elite points. So her minimum goal in 2017 is to finish at 140,000 points of ATV. Now, everyone on this call, your ATV number from last year is going to be different. So that's what I'm saying. You can find it in your back office, and you should have got it in the elite report. If you can't, hit up Lacey, Kevin, or myself, and we will get it for you. So her goal is to finish there because she'll get 1 elite point for every 10,000 above. Now, here's the cool thing with ATV. Now, I know I'm jumping screens again. Stick with me. We're almost done, I promise. You'll notice in category 4 right here, you can see the elite goal guide, right? Okay. You'll notice that the cap or the max in this category is 30. So you can earn up to 30 points from ATV. So let's say Samantha didn't max out in those first 3 categories. She only had like 40 points from the SC category 1 or whatever. She can make up the ground in ATV. So for your newer coaches, or even if you're a tenured coach, if your ATV wasn't as high last year as some, you can make up the ground in ATV this year as you continue to recruit and find customers and coaches, okay? And you can get a ton of elite points from ATV, okay? Again, remember, your 135 points can come from any of these 4 categories for elite. There's caps involved. With Premier, you could get all your elite points from just one of these. You could get it all from ATV. Doubt it would happen because that'd be a ton of team volume, right? Point is, this ATV category gives you some flexibility if you're a newer coach. Now, I know Kevin has been working his tail off in the chat, but okay, I'm also confused. All right. Okay, it looks like Kevin's staying on top of that. Are there any questions on the 4 ways that you earn points for elite? Drop them in the chat if there are. And Kevin, if I missed any, we'll get them at the end. But it looks like Kevin's been super, super active. You're lost on the ATV still. So I'll hit it one more time, which is totally fine. Okay? With ATV, wherever you finished last year, you get 1 elite point towards your 135 elite points every time you increase your ATV this year by 10,000 points. So with Samantha, she finished at 40,000. This year, when she hits 50,000 points of ATV, which again, it'll take some time to get to 40,000 and match last year's. But when she gets to 50,000 this year, that's 1 elite point. When she gets to 60,000, another elite point. 70,000, another elite point, and so on. Okay? If last year you finished at 5,000 points of ATV, great. When you get to 15,000 this year, 1 elite point, and so on. Okay? And do ATV points keep rolling forward years to years? It ends at, great question. Whatever you finished on 12/31 of this last year, that's what your final total for the year was. So this year, you start anew, so to speak. So good question, Maggie. Okay? And, okay, looks like we're good. Hopefully that helped, Jack, and kind of clear up ATV. And again, guys, don't feel like you have to understand ATV fully. The best way to influence it, seriously, focus on the first 3 categories. Customers, coaches, help them hit Success Club. And ATV will fall in line. It like almost always does. Okay? So don't stress the ATV part. But I want to say this real quick. We just broke down a ton of numbers. And like some people are probably looking at this and at the recording like, oh my gosh, I have to understand all of this crazy stuff. No. The biggest thing that you get out of this call is to start now. Get a plan in place. And don't get so caught up in the numbers. Numbers and this goal guide are meant to kind of give you some structure to plan around and to set goals with. But you got to remember why you do this. And that's because you're helping people. You're helping them get results. And if it ever just becomes a numbers game, 1, it's not going to be enjoyable and you're going to get burned out. And 2, you're going to miss the mark of what it means to be an elite team. Okay? It means that you are helping an inordinate amount of people change their lives. So keep that perspective. And Jen just gave a great example in the chat box with ATV. That's exactly right, Jen. I'm going to share 2 more things with you guys. I promise, and we'll be done after this. Are we doing good? We still awake? This is the funnest training you've ever done. You're leaving like in tears and motivated. We're giving you a plan, okay? We want to eliminate these roadblocks. Okay, we are good. Thanks, Elisa. And Caitlin, woohoo, I love it. The excitement is still there. So look at this real quick. I'm going to share again this PowerPoint real quick. Another change that we made this year to Elite is designed to what? Reward leadership and reward duplicating leadership in your teams. Now, a lot of you have seen the top 10 or heard of the top 200, or maybe you've seen some of the Northeast rankings, okay, where you're like, hey, our team is number 84 in the network, or we're number 400 or whatever. You'll see that in your Elite report too, okay? We made some enhancements this year that will affect the rankings. Now on the screen, you can kind of see this little twofold approach. Imagine there's a wall down the middle of the screen, which you can see on the screen right now. There's really, in my eyes, 2 types of Elite points, and I don't want to confuse it with this. Everything we just talked about of how to earn your 135, still the same. Okay, don't forget or change anything about that. Okay, you earn your Elite and Premier points through those 4 categories we talked about. On the other side here, okay, I'm just trying to get you to segment it in your mind a little bit, are something called our Elite Top 10 points, or the ranking points. Okay, these Elite points, guys, solely determine where you and your team rank in the company at the end of the year. Okay, it's how we figure out our top 10, our top coach, Melanie Mitro, the top 200 for the Elite bonus. Those are these points over here on the right. And that's what I'm going to talk about here for a second. You get these points. These are the uncapped points from the SC category, category 1, PSPV, category 2, and customer PV, category 3. And now I say uncapped because of this. Even if you max out in those categories for Elite that we talked about, those ones here on the left, you technically still accrue them and accumulate them towards your ranking. Okay? So even if you get your 135 points by like August or even at the end of the year, let's say you were just crushing it with Success Club and you earned like, I don't know, 120 points instead of just the maximum of 50, those extra points are going over here on the right side, contributing towards your rank. I got head nods. That means it made sense. Okay? Again, we're just separating them here. Your ranking points come solely from the uncapped totals in the first 3 categories, not including ATV. Okay? Here's an addition to this year. Now, if there's leaders that watch this call or on this call now that have hit Elite, you're like, yeah, I've heard all this, Jeff. This is boring. You're saying the same thing. You don't know about this. Unless you studied. If you did, kudos to you. You win. In 2017, you can earn additional elite points on the right side here towards your ranking points when you develop leaders. And here's how. You can earn 25 elite points towards your ranking every time one of your personally sponsored coaches rank advances 1-star diamond to 5-star diamond for the first time this year. Okay? So again, going back to, I'm going to go to Angela here. Let's say Angela is my coach, and she has been a diamond. She's never hit 1-star diamond, and at the end of this year, she gets to 5-star diamond. She's going for elite. Well, for me as a sponsoring coach, because for the first time ever, she hit 1-star, that's 25 points to my ranking total. Since she hit 2-star, it's another 25 points to my ranking total. 3-star, 25, 4-star, and so on. Okay? So you can imagine that can help you climb the whole ranking ladder pretty quickly, because remember, like that third category, the customer PV, that was 25 total points, and you got it 1 point for every 500 points of volume. Guess what? You help someone advance to 1-star this year, 25 points, just like that. So our top 10, our top 200 guys, it's going to fluctuate like crazy. It's going to be exciting because it's going to reward leadership development. Okay? Does that make sense? There's some chat going on. Throw them out there if it doesn't, and Kev will respond, and I will do this. I will share this PowerPoint in the page, yes. Alicia says, this is flipping awesome. Alicia, thank you for keeping the language clean for us. I appreciate that. It is a lot of number and a lot of info, Lisa, I know. But again, understanding the roadmap, you guys are so good at executing. We're eliminating those roadblocks that will prevent you from doing so. Okay. The other way that you can earn elite points, again, on the right side towards your ranking, you earn 25 elite points every time one of your coaches hits team leader on the leadership ladder for the first time this year. Okay? Same thing, it's just when they hit team leader on the leadership ladder. All right? Now, the last thing I want to say on this, and then we'll open up for questions, and I know we hit a ton of numbers. Part of the cool part about being elite, we talked about the compensation and the bonuses, but if you're in the top 200, which last year, guys, we had 210 elite coaches, 200 of those got a $500 a month bonus, which is $6,000 over the course of a year. I would love a $6,000 bonus. That could buy a lot of diapers and a lot of children Robitussin or whatever it is, Benadryl, okay, that we need in our house right now. Point is, the ranking and those points can help you get into that top 200. Heck, if you're able to get into the top 10, you know the recognition that comes there. The point is, guys, some of these enhancements we put in this year, again, is to drive retention, increase acquisition, and also help you grow and expand. Okay? So there's some changes, some additions this year, but now we have our roadmap. Okay? We know the 3 requirements that it takes to get to elite. The 5-star diamond or higher, which Premier is 2-star. Okay? Helping 2 people hit diamond this year for the first time, and then 3, earning your 135 elite points. So what does this all mean? Where do we go from here? I don't know. Okay, and I will put, again, I'll post the slides, I'll post all this. And the reason I say I don't know what this means, because it's going to be different for each and every one of you. And I want to challenge you guys, those that are on the call live and those that are going to watch this, what is your goal? Do you want to be elite? Do you want to be Premier? Do you have coaches on your team that you want to help get to elite and get to Premier? Like, you got to get the plan in place. Take some time to outline this and plan it, and then use that goal guide to track. Okay? If you're looking at this, if you're trying to figure out, okay, yeah, I want to go for this. I want to, sorry, I'm trying to share this real quick. I'm trying to set some monthly goals. I'm trying to really set myself up to be doing the right activities to push for this. Let me show you this. So again, Lacey and Kevin shared the link for Kim Carter's video on how to use the goal guide, how to set those goals. And if they can post again in the chat, they will right now. Look at your elite plan, okay? For the Success Club category, I would encourage you to set a goal to be helping anywhere from 2 to 5 coaches hit Success Club every month. Again, if you're like, I'm nowhere close to that, start now. Get 1 this month. Get 2 this month. You don't have to be elite today. You don't have to be elite next month. You've got an entire year. The longer you wait, the more against the wall you put yourself, okay? Customer enrollments. Okay, well, how should I be doing that? Remember, the volume you're generating from those customers, the more that you can add early on in the year, the more they're going to be counting towards that rolling 500. So I would encourage you to aim for 2+ customer enrollments. Okay. If you can do more than that, great. If you're not there yet, set a goal to get there. Okay. 2 to 3 personally sponsored coaches a month in SE. I already talked about that. Sorry. And there's some retention percentages. These are just some ideas of goals you can set. Okay. But what are some controllable actions I need to do? Okay. How many contacts am I making each day? Or as I like to put it, how many relationships am I building each day? How am I networking? What am I talking to people? Okay. How many invitations to my challenge group or to coaching am I making? Am I following up with people? Okay, guys, there was a study done. Some of you heard me say this before, but on average, it takes people 33 to 34 times of hearing a marketing message before they'll decide to act on it. 33 to 34 times on average. Holy baloney. That can take a lot. Or it's an average. It may just take 1 or 2. Okay? How many follow-ups? What about challenge groups? What do those look like? What does my day look like? And again, if you're needing some time management help or training, there's a ton on it. Hit up Lacey, Kevin, myself. We're here to help you. We just want to make sure that if you want to go for Elite Premier, guys, you have the tools, you have the resources, and you have really the drive to get there, which I know you all do because you just spent like 50 minutes hearing my monotone, cold voice talk about this stuff. You can do it. And I see several coaches on here that are currently elite. I see several coaches that have been elite before that want to push forward again. You can be elite. But more importantly, your team can be an elite team. Okay? Are there any questions? Let's jump to those real quick. Kev, I think your fingers are like worn to the bone now. You've been responding. But are there any questions that we missed? Michelle, is this the same thing I'll be doing in New York? Similar, but we'll be throwing in some other stuff. Ready, let's do this. So any questions, feel free to throw them in there, but if not, looks like Alicia asked a question, Kevin answered. Awesome. I think we, and this is recorded, so we will post it, and we'll post the slides as well. I think Kevin just did a fantastic job responding to all these questions. Okay, Amanda asked a great question. She said, how will we find out where we stand with our ATV this year? Good question. So every month, guys, you will get an Elite report in your email, and it will show your year-to-date ATV total. It'll show how many points you've earned from each category, if you've advanced to Diamond. Okay, and you'll get that every month. And again, if you ever have questions, you can hit us up. But you'll get that on the second Friday of every month, which again is why we're doing that monthly Elite call the third Wednesday, because it's just a few days after that Elite report comes so we can reassemble, plan, and attack. And it is, thank you, Samantha. Yeah, sorry, I'm going back to a few years ago. It'll just be posted in the Coach Online office. Okay. Listen, guys, we appreciate you. I appreciate you taking time away from your families. I see some of the kiddos on the call, and that makes me happy. I hope they don't have colds. Okay. But just appreciate everything you guys do. Again, we know that it's not always easy. We know that, it's painstaking at times working with relationships and people and trying to coach and hold them accountable, but it's so, so worth it. And you guys are doing a good job. So keep it up. Okay. We appreciate you. We'll get these, again, the video and everything posted, and we will see you soon. Let's rock February Team Cup. Appreciate you guys.